Okay, so I am actually having trouble sa aking video as much as I would like to show my face as well as my microphone. It's not working. So I'm not wearing any microphone and hoping that, those unnecessary noises that you can hear, you may hear, sana medyo okay lang. So for today, we're going to continue with our, I think this is the last unit in teaching SS. And we were able to start na last time. So we will skip one or two approaches in there kasi we will be discussing it, finishing na lang that one, most probably when we see each other again after the flooding. So for today, we're going to have the strategy, the teaching strategy. This unit tackles about strategies, methods, approaches, techniques, how you future teachers will, come up with ways to make the teaching and learning process more smooth and teacher or student centered, I mean, with the least possible intervention or I mean interference from the teacher, your involvement. And how are you going to plan out a certain lesson? This certain unit will help you with that. So we will have the teaching strategy, which is clearly defined as a careful plan of teaching activities to be undertaken which ensures effective teaching and learning. So this is how do we plan our teaching process, our teaching and learning process. We need to have your blueprint, your roadmap, which is your lesson plan. And lesson plan, as mentioned before, it's a very crucial part because as teacher, ideally, wish or theoretically we should not be facing our students, especially in the basic education, without lesson plan. Now, I know I've mentioned before that, lesson planning can be replaced by so many new um other related materials for that. When you gained a certain year of experience and a certain performance rating. Now, in here, how are we going to prepare to plan if we're going to have an activity? Are we going to stick with discussion? Are we going to have a paper and pen test? All of that will fall in here. So as we go on, it is a way of approaching a problem or task or plan designed for controlling and manipulating certain information. So like for example, in our lesson plan kasi, lesson plan, it's a very ideal situation wherein all variables are within your control. But in reality, we will experience that the variables you predicted as a teacher may or may not be 100% aligned with what you will experience in your teaching and learning process na when you apply it. So, how is that? Pag may estudyante kang nag-tantrums, and I know for sure when you plan your lesson later on, lahat yan maganda, lahat yan nakakasagot ang bata. But when we go to the field that everyone can answer your question at one go. So how are you going to address that? Pag lumalayo na yung estudyante mo sa sagot, na dapat nasagot. How are you going to heal your student to go back to the right path? Teaching strategies will help you. Okay, so how examples of teaching strategies that are mentioned in here, we have the role playing, visualization, imagination exercise, web charting, simulation, games, perspective taking, and discussion. So we will go over one by one. First, we have role playing. Alam na natin to where students are tasked to act out characters or scenarios, to explore historical events, social roles, or community issues. So that is how we apply role playing in the social science, Araling Panlipunan, Makabansa perspective, wherein we focus on events such as exploring historical happenings. Like for example, recently what happened sa Manila, we had the Trillion Peso March. That is a historical happening na wherein your students for sure could relate to because they were able to, witness. It may not be directly, but indirectly through news and other platforms. Social roles. Like for example, in Araling Panlipunan, we have lessons such as that tackles about civic competencies, civic roles, civic responsibilities. How are you going, like for example, in a classroom, we have in there social roles na, social happenings, civic happenings, such as nominating their class president, vice president, homeroom election. Ano pa ba? Rules and regulations are set and such. And community issues as well. Flooding, it's a very timely experience. Yung pagbahang nararamdaman nyo, nararanasan nyo, at nararanasan ko ngayon, it is a very, you know, nakakasad na issue where Filipinos deserve. Wow, my voice is shaking. Oh my goodness. Okay. Where Filipinos deserve the greatness that this land can offer. Kaya my dear students, I am always telling you, alam niyo naman kung gaano ako ka-open with the recent issues. Nawa hindi niyo makalimutan bilang kayo ang magiging pag-asa ng bayan. Sabi nga ni Jose Rizal, okay? So we move forward. Tama na ang drama. So role-playing fosters empathy and deeper understanding. Bakit sila nagrarally? Bakit yung mga paano, ano ang experience ng nabaha and such? By giving them examples wherein, they experience. Most of our communities here, for sure, experience flooding, experience typhoon. Bilang Philippines is one of the countries within the Pacific Ring of Fire, belt of the Pacific Ring of Fire. We all experience same sakuna. Now, how are you going to let your students that, yung mga pagbaha, pagbagyo na yan, some are blessed because hindi ganun ka-tragic yung effect. How about the other communities where they experience yung lulubog yung bahay, yung hindi sila makakasulong because walang sasakyan na pwedeng dumaan, yung mga lagpas tao ang baha. How are you going to foster the sense of empathy and, a deeper sense of understanding with what is happening in the community? Kaya you, Araling Palipunan teachers, really, you know, there is a weight on our shoulders to educate our students of what is happening really in our community. Kaya, nawa teachers, future teachers, use your voice. O, di ba na? I do not know. Pero I am really, yeah, at the height of my emotion again. Pero we teachers should, use your voice. Kasi kahit bata yan, meron silang nararamdaman, meron silang pag-intindi, okay? So, just use your voice. Make sure na when you use your voice, it's the correct way of using your voice. Now, how are we going to integrate role playing? We have here an example, like a day in barangay, okay? Now, a day in barangay, it's a lesson where your students can relate to because we contextualize the lesson. Make sure na yes, we discuss the broader concepts, but we must also integrate what is happening around them, yung nawi-witness nila, para the learning, your students will feel na, okay, gusto ko itong matutunan, makikinig ako kay teacher kasi I can relate. I've experienced this and that. Okay? So we have here again other examples. Again, I am going to share this PowerPoint presentation naman so you go over with the examples. Okay? Now, we go with the second strategy, which is visualization and imagination exercise. So in here, what we do is our learners to use mental imagery to explore abstract concepts or historical events, enhancing creativity and emotional connection. Now, we have here mental imagery. It's like, when your teachers ask you to close your eyes, and then may background music, and then, okay, think of, for example, kayo, like for example, San Carlos, or in other areas in highland talaga, and then, hindi sila nakaka-experience most of the time ng baha ever. I'll let them, imagine. what might happen. For example, if we localize and contextualize and we build empathy to those students who doesn't experience flooding, you let them do that. Or we can also, like, for example, uh, you discuss with, the pananakop ng mga iba't ibang nananakop na bansa, like the Spain, Japan, America. What happened during those times? Or the martial law, for example. O ngayon, yung mga yun, your students will find it hard to understand. Kasi ang layo sa generation nila. So how are you going to make those historical events meaningful to your students? That's again a challenge for you, teacher. So we have here example. Again, you go over. So we go with the third. We have web charting. So for web charting, learners create visual maps of ideas showing relationships between concepts, which is in web charting, it is great also for brainstorming and organizing thoughts, similar with your mga graphic organizers. Okay? For them to show or to see the connection, the relationship of different events. Like for example, flooding. Bakit ba tayo binabaha ngayon? What are the possible causes, reasons, bakit binabaha? Possible, hindi na nag-dredging, kaya yung mga ilog din, for example, hindi na nahuhukayan, or yung mga, ano ba, waterways blocked by basura and such, or the biggest issue right now, the Ghost Project, the substandard flood control projects and such. We will see, a certain problem that has, bigger reasons, bigger ideas why all those are happening. So, in here, we have example. Ngayon, daanan niyo ulit. Okay? So, we have the fourth one, simulation games. For simulation, learners are engaged in structured role play or games that mimic real-life situations. In here, pagka role play kasi, we give them situations. But for simulation games, there is a certain specific role nakalagay na dyan. Like for example, if barangay captain, ano ang magiging role ng barangay captain? Tagapag pangasiwa ng isang barangay, nagpaparating ng mga problema, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. It's a very strict role, structured. For example, teacher, nag-simulation game, teacher na nagtuturo ng araling panlipunan, malamang you will see there a teacher, a student, simulating who is an araling panlipunan teacher. Not simulating a teacher per se in general. Okay? Kasi if it's in general, it's the role play. But if it's simulation, we are giving them a very, very narrow, a structured role to play. Now, in simulation, it encourages problem solving and decision making. So like for example, yung mga example natin dyan, that we have the barangay budget game. So this one is a structured role play. So the role play, the situations will play within the barangay budget. How do barangay, allocate budget for health, education, and whatsoever, and so on. Now we have other examples pa that you can go through. Next, maganda sana to talaga pagka alam niyo yung face to face. Kasi, we can gather ideas. Okay? But again, I will not be ending this ng full presentation. Kasi 60 plus slides to. So, mag-iwan ako ng onte para we can have yung, usap talaga. Next, perspective taking. Ito, learners are encouraged to step into someone else's shoes to understand diverse viewpoints and develop empathy. So like for example, kung ikaw ay nasa kinalalagyan ko, okay, that's taking someone's situation or someone else's shoes, we get to um understand yung kung bakit ganun siya mag-isip and such. Paano nag-come up sa decision si ganito, ganyan. Now, we need to be in their shoes. Like for example, yung mga nepo babies. Do they know or do they not know that their parents are, getting millions, billions of pesos sa kaban ng bayan. Now, when we say step into someone else's shoes, the type of babies are, being criticized by their lavish lifestyle. Now, sasabihin lang hindi nila alam. Now, for us to, get how they are coping with, nasasaktan ba sila? Are they kept in the shadow doon sa mga ginawa ng mga magulang nila or hindi? That's taking perspective. So like for example, if for example, if nabuhay ka sa panahon ng pananakop ng Espanya, ng pananakop ng Japan, ng pananakop ng Amerika, ng panahon ng martial law. For example, yung mga areas wherein it could, situations that might give hope or, situations that it is hard to find the hope. How your students will, you know, next. We have the technique. So for technique, these are particular unique ways of carrying out a particular task in the teaching and learning process. So in here, unique ways. Ibig sabihin, it could be your, self-made technique as a product of your, years of experience. So like for example, ako, nakagawa ako na sa lahat ng techniques na inaral ko nung college ako, wala namang applicable sa students ko. O di, doon tayo sa, ano, doon tayo sa, like for example, I have my own, okay? I have my own technique for that. So in here, technique, as we go on, personal art and style of the teacher, it's you. Okay, I have mariposa technique, mga ganun. Ano pa, I have how-how technique. Yung mga ganun, kung anong how-how di Carabao technique ba yan? Kung how do you call those techniques? Because it's your own personal art and style. And in here, it is also defined as sequential or outline technique during lecture, or those are examples rather. Direct panel, small discussion technique, debate, brainstorming, role-playing, inactivity, teacher directed, lecture discussion, lecture demonstration. Those are examples for techniques. Now we go first with sequential or outline technique. So this technique presents information in a logical step-by-step format or organized outline. Now, we have your lesson plan, and your lesson plan shows a logical arrangement of what might transpire inside the classroom. So we will not be having problem if ano ba talaga ang dapat nating unahin? Will it be discussion, assessment, assignment? Wala na. Okay? Kasi we know that by heart, by soul, by brain, by mind, I mean to say. Okay? It helps young learners follow a clear flow of ideas. It will only be true if you teacher knows the logical step-by-step, format of your lesson plan. What happened, what comes next, what comes before. Kasi kung magulo ang discussion, magulo ang flow ng discussion, magulo ang teacher, magulo din ang kaalaman ng estudyante. Diyan papasok ang confusion. Ha? Ha? Sabi ng mga estudyante nyo. And we want to avoid that. Now, for example, activity natin in here, o seasons and weather presents a visual outline. So, tag-init. Ano yung mga na-experience natin ng tag-init? Pwede mo ipakita dyan tag-init. You define tag-init. And then, ano yung mga na-experience natin? Teacher, heat stroke. Sabi ng estudyante mo, sunburn. Yung mga ganon. After that, ano yung mga dapat na isuot? Teacher, sando. Ganon. Magpayong, mag-sunscreen. Yung mga ganon, be outline. The effect of this and such. Okay? Next, we have the direct panel small discussion technique. For this one, it is teacher-led Q&A or explanation for direct discussion. Parang yung ginagawa natin sa klase. Okay? Panel discussion. A few students share insights while others listen. So it could be, if your group and then you're collaborating with your ideas, pwede siyang pumasok dyan. Because some are, talking about their insights while the other are listening. Siyempre, give and share. Give and take yan. Kung pinakinggan ka, dapat makinig ka din sa, insights ng kaklase. We also have small discussion wherein learners talk in pairs or small groups. So, pwede itong yung mga body-body, think, pair and share, yung mga ganon. So, example activity natin dyan, daanan niyo ulit. Okay? So, ayan, meron tayong example for direct discussion, panel, and small group. So we will end there because I believe this is the last part. So we will be discussing this face to face. So with that, everyone, be at 1B and be at 1C. Keep dry and keep safe.